All right. Looks like we're live. Live with audio, I hope.
There we are.
Oh, NSB. Hang on. I'll fix the squish.
There you
we go. All right. Looks like everybody can hear each other. So for those of you who did not know what the weird audio problem was, normally when you're doing a stream, if you don't have a guest on the other side, you don't need to have audio on your computer at all. And so Tony's shop computer doesn't have audio, which works totally fine for a shop computer. Normally, when he has a guest on his channel, he'll be doing it from the computer at the house. And so it's just one of those weird random things. And, you know, we can do it again. We can remedy it. But it worked out. Everybody got a flavor of those channel reviews. So I just thought I'd tell people what the bizarre thing was. But because the fine print on the screen was stuff that Dallas couldn't see, I had to tell him and relay to him what some of that stuff was so he would know. It worked out. It just looked mildly dysfunctional, but in the end, 19 channels got exposure to a lot of viewers that they haven't before. So hopefully that worked out. So how is everybody? Who all's in the house over here? We've got Bubba. Bubba, you're getting close. Bubba, you're pretty close on subs. Let's look and see. We got to start counting now. So let's see. NSB has
3 to go.
NSB. You guys are real close to 1,000. You're at 997. Gosh, you only need 3 more.
3 more, man.
Mason's Garage is in the house. Jody Calhoun, Robert, Torque Racing, Rapid Transit J. Oh boy, we got quite a crew in here now. Look at this. Buzz from Roadkill Customs. How you doing, Buzz? Hey, Buzz, don't you like all the audio and video? It's like this. The last 30 days have been, hey, let's have every technology problem we can have, right? But we get through them. We're getting through them. John Trudell, Tall John's Fun Shop. The Andy Wood is in the house. Dakota's time out. Hey, Dakota, thanks for stopping by. You don't stop by my channel often enough anymore. You got to keep us on our toes and show up, man. Clint Street Machines, Danny Boyd. Dan says he missed 86 seconds. Well, you missed all the secrets then. These guys gave all the secrets to how to make a rickshaw pass AHRA Tech at the track, and you missed it. Dean Stevenson, how you doing? Where's the reverb? Brian Beeler, that's a fun channel, man. I saw he does reviews on his channel of like these barn find type of things, and he'll review them. And I noticed his one that he had scheduled latest was Chevy Love pickups. You got to love those little things, right? Well, Big Belly says, what's on the shirt? The shirt says, someday people who own a Ford are going to want an automobile. That's a quote by John Dodge. I always miss your lives. They are never consistent. They are every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And in fact, rarely do we even start within 10 seconds of 8. Turlo's Garage, how you doing? In case you missed it, Turlo, we featured Turlo Jr.'s channel. More consistency. What do you want me to do? Like get an atomic clock to push live? 8 every Friday. But this is a special night because this is NSB. These guys need to get to 1,000 subs, and they are at 997. So if there are 3 people in this chat who have not yet checked out all the cool stuff that NSB Customs, these guys are doing, Lee and Dean, I mean, there's just one of their cool whips up on the lift behind them, but they do a lot of cool stuff. I think my favorite video they have right now, if I had to pick one, is their call-out video for Bigfoots and Mopars. That video, it's one of those you can watch. You can come back and watch it later and laugh. You can come back later and watch it, and you'll still laugh. That is a great video. And there's a rumor that they have a rickshaw they're pulling behind their 68 big block Lenco Dart, and yours truly is going to be riding in it. Will that happen? Well, you're going to have to come to Sykeston to find out. Yeah. But, I mean, a big block 68 dart with a Linko. Hey, look, a lot are already subscribed. But Dan E. Boyd says he was $9.98. Look at that.
there.
You know what? And it's cool just to see 1,000 because it shows, it's one of those things. It's cool to look back and look at all the hard work that you had to put forth to get 1,000 people to enjoy your content. But it also means these guys are going to be able to be monetized, and they have worked so hard. They deserve to get just that little bit, like 2 cents a view type of ad revenue to help offset all the stuff they're building and bringing to you guys.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that we even got 100 when we got 100. I'm like, wow, 100 people actually want to see me doing something.
And these guys completely deserve it. All right, guys, we got it. 1K.
Awesome.
I'm going to save it. Not that I need to. I'm just in a habit of doing that. But
Man,
there we are. 1,000 subs.
Oh, let's see the little check mark.
Now, the pressure's off. The pressure's off. Now it's just hangout time. So we can hang around however long y'all want. We've accomplished our goals.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys. Thank
Oh,
you.
man.
I
want to say hi to Leighton Welding. I see him in some of the other lives, and that's totally cool. And, of course, Ruben with Muscle City Madness and Blake. Big Block 402. Big Block 402, you're getting really close. Big Block 402 is close. Also, a little thing I'll put out there, too. It'd be hard for me to imagine that anybody in this chat is not already subscribed to Big Mike's Hoopty Barn. But tomorrow night, not really night, but tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, I'm going to be live with Big Mike. And we're going to see if we can get him to 500 subs. He's close. He's around 476 this afternoon. So we might need a little campaign where you text your buddies and say, hey, are you not subscribed to Big Mike's Hoopty Barn? It worked for Jerry. Maybe it'll work for Big Mike. He really deserves it. That's coming up tomorrow afternoon. But right now, it's time to celebrate with the NSB guys. These guys have 1,000. What do you think? You've watched it all this time, and now it's here.
Man.
I was telling you, it's kind of been backwards for us. It seemed like we hit 500 like that, and then it just kind of slowly but surely,
Right.
So,
Daddy's Money Garage says, Dean, tell Cabral to accept my offer. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, since I'm mentioned in the post, I'll mention it here. So Austin, who works with the Junkyard Jet, and his channel's Daddy's Money Garage. Uncle Tony's Garage, which of course is the big channel that has the garage where Austin works. We all know Uncle Tony's Garage and are familiar with him. Tony has had a troll for about 2 years, like at least 2 years, maybe longer, who's dedicated his life to trolling Tony's channel. And I think it's in a way his biggest fan, I guess you would say. Like, Tony doesn't like the term fans, but maybe, I don't know, maybe that guy's a fan. But he has trolled Tony's channel for years and acts like he hates it, but I know he doesn't because it's like his purpose to wake up in the morning. Channel's Brian Cabral. And Cabral, by the way, only needs about 188 subs to be eligible, or 178 subs to be eligible for the No Name Nationals himself. Now, Austin is offering to give this Cabral a first-class ticket from his cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, to Sikeston, Missouri. $2,000 about what that's going to run for a first-class round-trip airfare. I will give him free admission to the event, VIP seating, and he will be able to take a shift as an announcer for the event. And that guy loves to talk trash. And he'll have a PA system and a captive audience to talk all the trash he wants. How great is that, right?
Yeah.
And you would think a guy who's dedicated his life to talking trash about a YouTuber he doesn't know, that would be the opportunity of a lifetime. And we mean every word of it. If he wants to come do this, he can get an airfare ticket from Austin. He can get free spectator ticket from us, of course, but we'll let him go up in the tower. He can take a shift announcing, and he can tell everybody there on the grounds, all 22 acres over the PA, how terrible y'all are. And we'll pay him. We'll give him pay, you know, compensate him for that work time at the event. Yeah, the whole thing. We're totally serious. Danny boy, be careful what you wish for. Well, this is Austin's thing. This is Austin's wish, but I'm totally happy to help.
Yeah,
you know what?
We'll give him a free ride in the dart too.
That's right. That's right. You know what? Here's the thing. I think what Cabral is the most afraid of, I think he's the most afraid that he'll go and meet all of these really nice people and have so much fun that his guard will slip. He might accidentally admit that we're a lot much better people than he wants to say we are. Anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool. So if you want to see the actual offer and the post and everything, it's on Daddy's Money Garage on the community tab. Go check it out.
That was pretty funny.
I bet $1 he's a nice guy. Well, perhaps, but you know what? When you make 600 videos about hating somebody, you know, what do you say? Anyway, what are you guys into this week?
Work.
Yeah. Been hectic.
Yeah, we had to drive all. Well, actually, my work van broke down, so now I'm having to get a rental, move everything from one van to the other. So I've been riding with him the last day. We had to drive all the way down to Miami and back today, plus doing a bunch of stuff. So it's just been, and he's been driving back and forth. So the videos have been kind of slack in here lately, but hopefully we can get this behind us and get to the track. That's our main goal. We need to get out there and do some testing.
So I think what these guys do is really cool. Why don't you tell them what the stuff you actually do is? Dean, tell them what you were doing last week.
Pretty much, if you go into a gas station or if you go into Walmart, Discount Tire, any tire store, and get your tires changed, the machine that they put that on, the Coach Rim Clamp tire machine, I worked at that factory for 20 years. And now we've been doing this, 18 years in the field. So I got about 38, 39 years of experience of just tire machines, electronic wheel balancers, and the brake lathe. And now we're doing alignments and air compressors. So pretty much we do garage service equipment. And we repair.
Isn't that cool, though? Because all of us, our cars are getting done because of these machines, right? Like we all mount and balance tires, right? We all turn rotors and all. And this is just one way that a member of our community contributes in an indirect way that a lot of us don't even think about to what we all do, right?
Yeah.
I just think that's so cool.
Being car guys, you go in and you meet all the other car guys because they all work at these places. Not to mention the vehicles and stuff that you get to see when you go in. It's a big. Well,
that whole dart was built off of. We went into one place which it's got Larry down here in Merritt Island, which he owns a shop, and he's got a He's got a dart, don't he?
Yeah, he got a dart.
He's got a bad boy dart, but somebody was building a Pro Street Dodge Dakota, and they ran out of money. Everything fell through, so they brought all the parts to him. They like, hey, you want to buy this? And he's like, sure. And he calls us up. They're like, hey, man, I got a rear end for a car. We go down and look at it and buy it. You know,
nice rear end, brakes, ladder bars, everything.
Yeah, wildwood.
That was our start on the dart.
That's when that dart is going back on the street to go into the track.
If you guys haven't seen that dart, man, that thing is cool. That dart thumbnail just says 1,000 words to somebody like me because I love the dart anyway. And so I'm looking. I want to greet a few more people. Wild Rose Garage sneaked in here. Anytime just like in conversation, we're talking about somebody with a work ethic. I mean, man, this guy would jump through flaming hoops to make it to Sykeston. No weather, nothing has stopped him from getting his trailer together, his engine built, his car. Nolan's got it going on. Much respect. Speaking of Canadians, we've got Mongrel's Garage here too. Looking forward to meeting all these guys. Our Canadians are an impressive crew.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for everybody in the chat, everybody, just Mopar Joe, all of them. Ruben, he gave us a shout out a week or two ago. Joe shared our videos, stuff like that. And like I said, everybody, we wouldn't be here. Like I said, it's definitely gave us a good jump. We do appreciate it.
This community, the way it's been helping each other, I'm so proud of these channels helping one another to get to new audiences. And not just that, I've seen a whole lot of guys say, oh man, I need this part to make it, and other people step up and vice versa. And these guys have really been working from across the country to help one another. It's unreal. It's fantastic. By the way, I'll put this up too. If you have not seen Just Mopar Joe's video, the Mopar roll call, that's one you need to see. Okay. You need to see it because it's got a lot of the spirit of the No Name Nationals in it. And I really like the way Joe did it. It turned out really cool. And if you like that video, you're going to like some others that are going to be coming out here on YouTube soon that are in the works. So I thought that was really neat. Really showed what the community's about. Super cool video. Ed's Machines in the house. Hey, Ed, we still on for the 24th to get you on? He's going to be on my live on the 24th. We're going to talk machine tech. That'll be a bunch of fun.
Let's see if Ed wants to move down to Florida. We need a good machinist down here.
Max Wedge Dick Dastardly. Big Belly says he's in communist Canada as well. Oh, man. I had forgotten that. I knew that and forgot. Roadkill Customs, super job. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Joe has good ideas. Joe can be humble and just, you might miss some of how cool stuff Joe does because of that. But that roll call thing, that was all his idea. And he executed, made it happen. Joe does a lot of things. Some of them he doesn't get as much credit for as he should. BAL, what's up with Unity Motorsports Garage not posting videos? If I had to guess, I would just say he is slammed busy. I did see him in Tony's live earlier. I know he's okay, but he has a ton to do. And I also know he's working on his truck. So you will get some videos soon. I'm sure of that. So I know that's going on. Wild Rose, see, listen to this. He's speaking in code. He's in Wild Rose Country, Alberta. Where are all you Canucks from? That's code. Desert says this live is loaded. We're all sober. No, man, I appreciate all you guys showing up. The shop is here.
Yes, definitely.
T.I. Mopar, Raker.
What's up, Raker?
Bad Tree Blake is here. Turlo is here. Punisher Lamont. I love that name. I love that name. That name is a name you would just be afraid to go line up with. It just, yeah. Scott with an S, Heavens Mopars. How you doing, man? Leighton Welding. I'm always glad to see him. He's a nice guy. I see him in other folks' lives. We don't usually do the social type lives on this channel. Usually I have a guest on here. Everybody has like a niche and different stuff. I love the social lives. I go participate in them, but I see Leighton in a lot of the social lives and definitely go check those out. Those are a lot of fun. Buzz says NSB Custom Cars made 1,000, but let's not stop there. Check them out and subscribe. These guys deserve way more than they have now. You had me at 68 Dart with a Lenco. That was all that took, but they have a lot more than that too. It's like they're not just you wouldn't classify them as just a Mopar channel by any means. Check them out. They're worth
a lot.
Have
some surprises coming up.
Yeah. These guys are legit. Check them out. But this is just kind of a different live. We can hang out, talk about anything you want. We've made the goal. They've got their 1,000. Normally, I do these kind of surprise midweek late night lives when there's a channel getting close to 500. We've been doing that with the No Name 500. But understand, before the No Name Nationals, I would do stuff like this sporadically before. So this is just kind of a off the cuff thing. I told these guys, hey man, when you get close, let me know. And here we are. So I talked, I think a texter talked to Lee yesterday, and I said, tomorrow you're going to have your subs. And you'll quit looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I told you, it seems like if I think about it, they stay or they go down. So like I went on vacation and, I was like, I'm done. I went on vacation. I did my thing. Actually, it was a working vacation. But when I come back, we had 20, 30 more. I was like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. Just don't look at it.
I guess if you need an abbreviation for Max Wedge, Dick Dastardly, Rich Rusnick, Blake will give you one. This is so cool. Check this out. So this is like the Waltons. Hey, Jay. Hey, Leighton. Hey, Dean Stevenson. Hey, Blake. BTP. Shop Cat, what's up? Desert Mopars. Unfinished Project. Hi, Blake. They're all so polite. I just love it. Rob's Rods and Street Cars. By the way, they jump around a little bit on street. Rob, when you getting some fresh content, man, I tried because we have a limitation of time to prioritize channels for the No Name 500 on the channel review we just did on Uncle Tony's Garage. Tried to prioritize channels with fewer than 300 subs that have put up content in the last month. And the 300 sub guys plus, I'm very confident they are all going to make it with enough to spare that it's not nerve-wracking, right? And the guys who still need subs, I'm trying to prioritize them. If you haven't put up fresh content, I'm going to wait till you do, and we'll cover you again, okay? And by the way, if there's anybody in the universe who doesn't know Austin went jet skiing with Whitman Diesel, there you go. I'm sure that Austin has this on a billboard somewhere right now, like a picture of he and Cody. Like, yes, I didn't Photoshop this. I like to give Austin a hard time. He's a good dude. I really enjoy when I get to go down there and get to hang out with the Junkyard Jet guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, why not Dean Stevenson? They're both humans that live real close to each other. Zero is thanking you for hitting the like button. Thanks in advance. Well, thanks, Zero. Appreciate it. Leighton says, oh my, 113 days to get day 113. There's only 86 minutes left in day 113. You have 112 days and 86 minutes. Scott with an S. Evans Mopar says he's at 368, but he's got most all the monkeys off his back. So now it's time to let the wrenches fly. Scott's going to make it. Scott's got really cool stuff over there. Again, didn't shout Scott out because he's got 368 subs. He's going to get there. If we need to, yeah, but those guys are in good shape. Jason says this is a great deal. I don't know what the deal is, but okay. All right, Des Mopar's got a great question. Any hints about what's coming down the line? Do you want to drop any hints what we're going to be seeing on NSB Custom Cars soon?
We've been talking. It may be something non-Mopar. That's about as far as I'll go. I'm not really too sure yet if we're going to pull the trigger on that one or not. That's when you
know that a guy's a hardcore Mopar guy, when it's like the only hint I could give is not a Mopar. Oh, the humanity. The Hindenburg is burning in front of the house.
It's getting to one of them things where, we try to prioritize. Like, we got into boats one time. We had what? Cars, boats, motorcycles, and we're doing all this stuff. And it's like, okay, we kind of had to tone her down a little bit.
Yeah.
Boats, break out another 1,000. That had to go.
Yeah, that's what boats stands for y'all that don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and then the crazy drivers and stuff, which we still got some motorcycle stuff out here, but it's pretty much, I don't know if that'll ever come back or not.
Yeah, it's sitting there going to heck. Someone else needs to own all those.
Yeah. Anybody looking for a nice KZ, hit us up.
Old school one. If you want to get acquainted with what their channel's about, there's a good video with him walking around in the yard showing projects. I like that video. Yeah. I don't remember what the title of it was, but that's a good one.
It was the one right after our announcement video for No Name
Yeah.
Nashville. Just new
That was a good one.
subscribers, whatever. Yeah, like
I like
Yeah.
that. Thank you, Wild Rose. I appreciate that. Thank you. And again, we'll do anything we can do to help you get here because you deserve it. Oh, let's see here. Now, it must be nice to be just starting like the Junkyard Jet Boys. I'll say this. Those guys have put a pile of time in that shop on Tony's channel. And so really, they built that audience. And by the time they dropped their first video, they had a queue of subs waiting for them. So if it hadn't been for all that time invested on the build ahead of time, they would not have gotten 3,500 subs practically overnight. But that's why there was a queue of subs. They deserve what they've got. They work hard for it.
And Unfinished, that may be coming down the line. I'll try to twist his arm. That farm all will probably be getting a little bit of love before the
I'd rather do the farm all before the Alice Chandler. And I'd really like for the Alice Chandler to go to somebody else that wants to do it. And I'm going to tell you, the motor's brand new. It's been sleeved, bearings, everything. It just hasn't run. It's been sitting out here. It hasn't ran in probably 5-6 years.
Yeah, we took it out of the country and brought it down here to Florida.
Wow.
But everything's wanting to rust up on it. It gets depressing sitting there.
113 cycles, 113 days. 113 cycles, 113 days. I see patterns, Dean Stevenson says. Yeah. Yes, you do. Where is 113 cycles? It's his day. This would have been his special. Of course, he just got his 500. It'd have been neat if it had worked out today.
Yeah, it would.
I've been thinking we may do a little mural thing on the Dart or whatever for the No Names. As far as all the stickers and stuff, I'll do a video on it coming up, and we'll get you our address, and everybody sends stickers, and we'll
it'll be
doctor
cool.
up the Dart a little bit and make it a little billboard, and I'll do a little review with everybody that sends their stickers in.
I'll get this clarification out for Max Wedge Dick Dastardly. He says to be young again. Yeah, that is true. But here's the thing about being young. You don't get all of the stuff you need to fully enjoy being young until you're too old to be young anymore. So that's just how it works, right?
Yep.
Buck does it's in here. How you doing, Buck?
What's up, Buck?
Yeah, so we tried to do a channel review, do a joint channel review from two channels on Tony's from mine, and the technology left a little be desired. But I think we got across the point that Buck does these really well. He's plugging them for the No Name 500 guys and does a good job. So check him out if you want the detailed version of the little trailer we gave you. Lunar's saying still getting set time with the Supra. He's trying to get ready. Brian Lunar, did you get any tires? Let me know, man. I'm following that. Wild Rose wants to go back to 17 and knows what he knows now. Boy, wouldn't we all? But you know what? We'd probably mess it up. Big Belly Racing, absolutely. Live like you have a few years left. And my calendar doesn't have one of these days. You're not going to see me put up here on this one of these days. We don't have one of those. We have 113 opportunities to get a car finished. That's what we have.
Ready or not, here it comes.
That's it. Yep, I'm digging the car you got behind you. Now, what was that B body that you couldn't save? Wasn't that a Super B that you had outside, the one that was a little too far gone to save, in your opinion?
It's actually a Coronet. It has no title. I think I bought it for $300 just to get some stuff off of it. And actually, now that we got the Roadrunner, which was in one of our videos, just the last couple ones that we did, I'm thinking about cutting the front end off of this to put back on that because it's got a good front clip on it. Everything in the back is gone.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's roach. It's bad.
I think you bought it for the doors.
No, I bought the doors at a swap meet. So I forget what I bought it for. I just hated sitting there on the trailer and someone else was going to buy it, I guess.
Well, when somebody says a Cornet for $300, it's hard to. We'll use something eventually.
Unfinished project. You got to catch it when it's live. You didn't always leave them up long. But you know what? We may wind up trying that again. Hopefully, when we try it again, there may be more channels who have made it and fewer who still need to make it. We'll make sure we get the sound right and all of that. And when we can do fewer channels, we can spend more time on them. So we'll probably try that again. See what Tony wants to do.
Well, don't.
Here's a burning question. And you guys will know something about this. I sure don't. Any recommendations on a brand of zero-turn mowers?
Man, I got that antique John Deere out there. It's been a good one, but
my riding mower
this weekend.
My riding mower's 30 years old. I got it for free because they couldn't make it run. And what it was a safety switch, and they cut the wiring harness all to living pieces and destroyed the wiring harness over a safety switch. So I just unplugged all that garbage from the magneto or from the coil on it, and it ran fine. And I've been running it for about 15, 16 years now. But I don't have a zero turn.
No, Daryl got it.
Bad boy. Yeah, he got a bad boy.
That bad boy. Our neighbor's got a lawn business or whatever, and that's it. What he's got. And this is pretty. It looks like it's stout, man. You always look at the deck and things like that, and you see the old pot metal kind of decks like on the ones at Home Depot, and this one looks like it's.
Oh yeah, it's pretty heavy duty.
Still, it looks like it's pretty well built. So.
Fubar is saying X-Mark. Fubar's saying X-Mark.
I had a walk behind X-Mark. It wasn't too bad. It will throw you around if you hang on them handles too long.
Does anyone else's fingers get sticky when you go to the LKQ pick your part? What are you boosting out of there, Dakota? Let me tell you, when I went to the junkyard when I was a kid, and back when you could just still go in the junkyard and stuff, I declared everything. Like, man, I wouldn't steal anything. I remember one time I had a couple of radio knobs, and I told them everything I had. I opened up a toolbox. I got those two. The radio knobs are off a 75 Dart, and they're on my 70 Dart right now. And the junkyard says, man, most people have never said anything about those. I said, well, they belong to you. I want to buy them. He said, well, you can have them. Most people just stole them anyway. Austin said he's going to mount potato guns to a Cub Cadet to dispatch squirrels. Boo. Let's see here. Shopcat says you can't put much of a snow blower on the front of a zero turn. Well, just don't live in places like that.
Well, we did. We definitely got away from the snow.
Man, I love junkyards too. There was nothing better than old school junkyards. Pole barn garage in the house. How's it going, man? TI Mopar 67. And yes, this is good advice. Get a tub of hand wipes for your trunk. Not that we're being silly about germs, but man, if you get like tar or something on your hands, the yard, you need that. You don't want to get it on every surface of your vehicle when you get back in. Anybody have any questions for these guys? I mean, we came, saw, destroyed, and got them their subs in just a couple of minutes. So definitely. It's just time to hang out, and we can hang out a little while longer. But it's up to these guys. I don't want to cut into their day. We're just chilling. We got our mission accomplished. Now that your subs count in tens, I can't see exactly how many, but you're still over 1,000.
Oh, yeah. 1,008.
1,008. Okay, so you're actually almost to 1.01 on your counter.
80 in the last 28 days.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad, guys.
And again, we appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Definitely, man.
Dalton says, I've run across murder scenes in the junkyard. I'm not worried about the germs nor the tar. I've run across scenes where people murdered the good taste out of a car.
Any guitar? What?
Ed's Machine says he subscribed to you, Pole Barn Garage. I'd hope to think there's nobody in this chat that hasn't subscribed to Pole Barn Garage. That's a great channel. It's a great channel. Great attitude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The Holy Goat. Pretty good.
Battery's asking, was that a real Bigfoot in your video or actually a skunk ape?
It's Florida. We got skunk apes down here. We don't have Bigfoots. Same thing, but
That's a good question.
Floridian Bigfoot.
Lunar is talking about a line lock in a Supra and a 5 count of burnout and let it run out. Hooked incredibly tonight. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so was that I suggested to Lunar that when you do the line, do through 5 count let out or 3 count let out, depending on your tires. I would always do 5, roll out, and he said it hooked incredibly. Oh gosh, best reaction time 148. You'd keep working on the rest. All right, cool. Testing going on. Outstanding. Ooh. Joe wants to ask you guys how many lengths are you gonna put on Redbeard?
I don't know. That's
Let you take that one.
What do you think?
Get the bottle of Anna Venom going.
Yeah, we may have to.
We got to do some painting up on here.
Yeah, what
How
I
much
should
you
do.
think the old big block will take?
It depends on if we use this or not.
Ooh, yeah.
Right now it's all motor.
So let me show you. This is what they're talking about. So if you guys want to see this,
So that's what we need ours to be doing.
so you guys going to run him in the dart, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
Okay. If
Our
you guys
race-
want to see this demon,
Go ahead, John. What?
I was gonna say, if you want to see this demon in a 68 big block dart,
Yep.
come and battle it out, there's one place you can see that.
Yep.
It's gonna be in Sykeston. Man, that is a take no prisoners launch right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he said his best 60 foot's 116, but I think that was on the back tires, so he may be a little bit. So
Man.
yeah, it gets it, man.
Dust Devil says, keep testing, Lunar. I picked up something this week just for you. Well, I'm excited to see that. Well, there's Andy. Somebody was asking when you're going to post some more content, and I assured them you were working really hard right now. So I'm sure content's on the way. Hey, I see. Oh, hey, Al. I guess Al's in the chat. I didn't see him sneak in. Mopar Al, what's up, man? There's Mopar Al. What track lets you run without a front clip? Oh, I'm sure that you can. No Name National. I can imagine that's going to matter for us. I mean, yeah, you have to have your radiator overflow bottle, and all that stuff. But who in the world cares about the rest of it?
Most of the time, as long as you're in a testing tune, they kind of, as long as you're not going to a sanctioned event and everything's there. I mean,
well, this is a sanctioned event. It's an AHRA sanctioned event. It's just that AHRA doesn't have all these stupid rules.
Right.
Like you
just
can't
not like
run
a
it.
bracket race where they're, they're.
You can't run an NHRA sanctioned event in primer. You're not allowed to.
Yeah.
But AHRA doesn't care. Dawn is getting more hyped up about the NNN every day. I'll tell you what, I am too, but I'm too close to the fire. I have meetings about the NNN every day. Now, yesterday, I was on a phone call about the No Name Nationals until 2:00 this morning. I will have No Name Nationals business on my phone and in my email, usually as early as 6:00 in the morning. And I will have No Name Nationals business on my phone and in my email until as late as 1 or 2:00 in the morning, depending on what it is, because of all the time zones. And that's okay. That's okay. I gotta make it work for 113 more days, and then I can sleep for a week and recover. No Name National is going to be a blast. I cannot wait to meet all of you. Dalton, we were talking about your burnout pit today. I had a meeting about the burnout pit yesterday. So we've always got news in the works. And as soon as we get it all together, that's when we announce it. Yeah, Andy says work's killing him. I'll put that up for people who, yes, Andy's a really hardworking guy, and sometimes his day job is just crushing him.
Oh, Andy, like I said, water's warm down here, man. Come on down.
The Jets disqualified. Well, I'll tell you what, if you have any questions about tech, is not to have any problems, run it by Dallas now, you know? Do yourselves a favor. If you have any tech questions, get them to us so that you can address them now. Now's the time to address tech questions. Oh, check this out. Dust Devil says, Andy, did the numbers 4224 mean anything? Andy, is that a tunnel ram Holly carb number?
And Bear Rose, yes, we did.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the number of one of these. Is that what you have, Dust Devil Brian? One of these? Lunar is saying that the supercharger kit and the harness should be on its way in the next couple of weeks. Woo! How many cars will show? I don't know. How many of these people want to bring? We got a pile of channels, and a lot of them are bringing more than one car, and a whole bunch more have yet to register. We're going to have a packed house there. I don't even have a car count myself. I have a channel count. And I know a lot of them are bringing more than one car. Then I got a whole bunch of channels that have declared, they've made videos and everything else. And the only reason people don't know they're registered, don't know they have yet to register, is I just never said they haven't registered yet. So there's going to be a lot of people like, oh, I got to do that. And then they'll do it. So any count number I give you is just not going to be productive. But I assure you, I mean, we have a pile of channels. But we have this registered already. Okay? It's a lot. It's a lot.
We're hoping to be there with the Dart for sure, and the Super B if we can make it. Hopefully.
It's really dependent on this gas price, man. It's already going to kill us right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Dust Devil's got a pair of them. That's what I have. Yeah, those are Holley 660 center squirters for tunnel ram. That's what I just held up. Yeah. These are my old 4224s, and I bet you Dust Devil's got Jed's, because I know that Jed had at least one. Probably both. Yeah, mine are a match set, both made in 1979, I believe. Yeah, the Jed, see, this is what we're talking about. So Austin says that the Jed is disqualified under the NHRA rules because it's only exactly. NHRA says your car can't run there, which I think is stupid. Why in the world would you put a $10,000 paint job between a person and being able to run their car? This is why the No Name Nationals is important to me. We need a national event for the rest of us who do really well just to get our cars together and run, and don't need to have a paint job that costs more than the car so that we're allowed to run it. I think that's a very stupid rule, and that's why I'm glad that we don't have to do such a thing. We have our own event for that now. Wild Rose, I don't know. The only thing I can speculate is it's just some kind of high and mighty thing. Like their event can't have such lowly looking vehicles. I don't know. You'd have to ask the people in the other sanctioning bodies. I don't know the answer to that. That's a good question. You should ask them that. You should ask them why your car's not allowed there. Okay, so these are the ones I guess you got to swap meet at Indy or whatever. Well, that's cool. That's a great score, Dust Devil. Those are great carbs. They're great carbs. My buddy Robert ran them on a 528 Ford Big Block. And that was what he ran. And he ran them deep in the eights on that car. Great carbs. Great carbs. JB's here. Hey, JB, you just made it over 300 when I made my list. So we did not review your channel today, but it's because at your rate, you're not going to have any trouble getting to 500. But we can always do another sweep if we need to. But great channel. I enjoy JB's little shop. Oh, I'm a local guy. Okay, cool. Great score, man. Big Richard says they're coming to get you.
Is he in?
I don't know. I don't know, Wild Rose. You just have to ask them, but I know that's a rule. Oh, look at that. Richard, just for you, buddy.
Some motivation here.
That's it. That's it.
He's got to get some subscribers.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, seriously, Big Richard's world, man. I can't wait to meet Big Richard. But Big Richard, you still need some subscribers. So you've got all kinds of content. You got the coolest stuff. You're a cool guy. Pop some of that content up. Get it to the Google Drive. Let's get it out there and get your subs. I can't wait to have you on a live like this for your 500.
Yeah, we've been having some plans and some video to do some videos, but I said just work, man. We gotta get some free time. Hopefully it'll be coming up here soon.
Oh, Betty White's great. Indeed. That Betty's gonna see my tail lights. I'll tell you what.
He's got some prizes, so
yeah,
can't wait to see him.
Oh, you don't ever underestimate Big Richard.
No,
Let me tell you.
Well, the Bigfoot either. I think he's got some prizes.
I see Irish Outlaws in the house. Glad you're here, man. He's a recent addition to the No Name 500. I hope he turns it up, gets his subs quickly, because I can't wait to see that 68 Pontiac ambulance. How cool is that? Sage advice from Andy here. If you ever see a clutch explode, you will think about that scatter shield. No kidding. No kidding. I do not want to lose part of my foot from a clutch exploding. I'll tell you something else, too, that a lot of people don't know just because clutch explosions came up. A lot of people don't know this. If you coast down a hill and you push the clutch in to coast, instead of having engine braking, you're going to spin that clutch disc up to a crazy RPM while you go down that hill, especially if you're not in high gear. A lot of people don't know that. Will that clutch take the 8,000-10,000 you're spinning it by holding the clutch pedal in while you're going downhill? I don't know. Don't find out. Don't find out with your foot. Big Mike Soupty Barn. Big Mike, come on, man. Let's get as close as we can before tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, I'm going to be live with Big Mike Soupty Barn, and we're going to have a little 500 party. Last I looked, he's got 24 to go. So let's do what we can. Put a word out there, good word out there for Big Mike to your friends who like automotive content who may not already be subscribed. LP94 subscribed to Irish Outlaws. Let me tell you what he did. Irish Outlaws sends me an email before he registers with a copy of that car, picture of the car, that Pontiac. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I've got to see this here. What a teaser that is, right? I was subscribed before he was registered. Yeah, exactly. Engine brake, yes, but if you push the clutch in when you coast down the hill, not only do you not get the engine brake, you're spinning your clutch disc to a crazy RPM. Big Mike needs 23. Excellent. Big Mike's getting closer. Mopar Al, that's on me. I've been swamped, but I promise you that's in the works. We're going to have them as soon as we can. That's on me. They've slowed down because we've had a lot of other things to do. Actually, what we're doing right now is the last few days, we've been getting our announcer slate set. We've had a few conflicts with contracts and times and different things. So we're working on that announcer slate. And trust me, we're going to have a great slate of announcers, a team of announcers, not just one, not just two. We have a team of announcers. So it's great. We're still working on it. We'll announce it on June 17th. But we're working on that now. And some of these things are just, it's a lot. Like I said, the No Name Nationals business is early till late. And so I mix that in with work, all the time. And that's just how it goes.
I said we live close to a railroad track, so if a train comes by, we may mute out for a second. So it sounds like one's coming.
Oh, I'll add to it. Yeah, the primer thing. Listen, you can get what's called a hardship waiver, but it's only good for, say, a race. You can't run a season in primer in NHRA. They won't allow it. Like if you would tag the wall and you hang a fender in primer, you could run a race like that, maybe two. I think the NMC listen to that.
Why people can't complain about the cars too much.
That's authentic. Ari says, I'm subscribed to everyone here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the spirit. Costs nothing to subscribe. I don't know, Danny Boyd. All I know is I can't think of any class I could possibly run in an NHRA. There's nowhere for someone like me. There is nowhere for a person like me that doesn't have a good paint job and just has my vision and what I want to build. That's just not. That sanctioning body is just not for a guy like me. What can I say? I have their competition license. I mean, that's how it works. But I don't know. It's funny. I just had to renew that thing, and there's a space on it that asks, what is the last NHRA sanctioned event you ran in? I've not run an NHRA sanctioned event. What in the world would I run in? But they ask that, but they never care. They renew it anyway. It's on the application. And he says that's why I don't do tech anymore. And I'm assuming this is what Andy's referring to. Yeah, the least snob person you'll ever meet in your life is Andy. So I can see that. Andy doesn't have an elitist. He doesn't have even a hint of elitism about him. He is the most common, nicest guy ever. It's great. Yeah, okay, but what class are you running in? You might run at an NHRA track, Brian, but you're not running like a sanctioned event. What class? Are you running a class there? I'm not just talking about a track. I could go run at Mooresville, which is an NHRA track, but I wouldn't fit into any of their stuff. It's legitimate. They do it to keep the riffraff out. Well, let me tell you, I would rather watch a bunch of guys run in primer than go see guys with $1 million operations that are called sportsmen with these toter homes and stackers and cars, and they have over $1 million invested in them. I just don't identify with that. They're nice guys. I've talked to a lot of them, but it's just I look at that stuff and it doesn't, Yeah, see, Lunar, what you're talking about, though, you're not talking about like a sanctioned event classification. You're talking about a street stock class. It's an NHRA track, and you're talking about a local night where they just have trophy street stock. That's what you're talking about. Dallas can clarify this. Dallas is in the chat. Dallas, what is the rule on paint jobs at an NHRA sanctioned event? Andy's saying it would be a divisional or national NHRA. Exactly. See, the No Name Nationals is a national event, and it's a sanctioned event by the AHRA. It's just AHRA doesn't have that ridiculous rule about the paint. I agree, Roadkill Customs Buzz. So true. Nacho is great. And you know what? There's a slight possibility that I'm going to have a piece of Nacho's engine DNA in my first gen Hemi. There's a chance. There's a chance.
Did you find one?
I think.
Okay.
I think.
We've had our eyeballs out, but those are kind of unicorns nowadays.
I've got a 57 DeSoto Hemi. Okay. And I need a piece of the motor mount that's broken off of it. And the shrapnelled block that came out of the Nacho Cuda, Blake went out to cut that piece of the motor mount ear off for me to send it to me, and the grinder died like right while he was cutting it. So Yeah, Dallas says in a divisional or national, divisional above vehicle must be painted fully. Yeah, there you go. Teddy Crover says the track throws him out due to no cage. Oh, but you can run the 990s with no cage because of airbag. Oh, gosh, that would be awful. Airbags can kill you.
I think they can go down to the 9s, can't they? 9 flat? Is that what I thought? That's what I heard. They changed the rule too. It's a 2014 and above.
Blake, I didn't forget to call you. I was on another call and I said, well, it's too late. So I'll touch base with Blake today, which I did. Yeah, I got kind of late. Didn't want to bug you. I was on a call late doing some business for this event. Yeah, the AHRA does not have a rule that dumb. It's hot rodding jalopies, which used to be part of the sport. Agreed. I suspect the NHRA does that because they are televised. Who cares? You think the people on television are too sensitive to see primered paint? Look at all the trash on TV today and tell me how the television audience can't see a car in primer. You want to horrify them, don't show them a car in primer. Show them all the stuff we see on commercials. My gosh. Can I rent a Penske box truck and run it for research purposes? Well, that's between you and Penske. See you, Andy. Andy goes in 4:30 in the morning. Holler at me, though, Andy. Here in the next few weeks, I'd love to do that tutorial video with you. So holler and let's make that happen. The sponsors are the sensitive ones. You know, it's funny you mentioned that Clinch Street Machines because some sponsors are like that. And Dallas and I made a commitment to this event to only want to engage with sponsors who are not like that. We only want sponsors who get it and are part of our community and are YouTubers themselves. And so we don't have that problem. We don't have that problem at all. Our sponsors are as cool as they can be. As Buzz agrees. No, we don't have that problem at all. If you got that problem, you need different sponsors. I couldn't imagine, caring about an event enough to put all into it that we have and then letting a sponsor ruin it. I couldn't imagine that. So what you do is you work with better and cooler sponsors. You work with people like Buzz instead of people like Z Chinese Parts that just wants to hijack your event and turn it into a commercial for them. Yeah, maybe your car can identify as having shiny paint. Clint says he loves the AHRA's doing. Me too. Me too. Sensitive sponsors? Never. No, not with us. We don't have that problem. We don't have that problem. We're talking to other people now to sponsor this event, and the same thing every time. Same thing. These people are all people who've reached out to us because they're like-minded. They get it. They get the event. They're community members. And if they're those kind of people, we'll talk to them. And if they're not and they don't get it, then it doesn't work. Exactly. The No Name Nationals is exciting because it's going to be real people and not an elite group of race cars. Yes, agreed. But here's the important question. Ryan wants to know, guys, is that dart turned up? Is it tuned up and ready for the Han Show, which is Ryan's big block turbo G-body?
I don't think it's turbo.
I thought he had a hairdryer on it. I know it's a big block.
No, it's big block. I think he's got a dual tunnel ram set up on it now.
They have it stuck out the side. There was something that made me think that.
I think it's just all big block. It's motor to motor. Yeah, like I said, this next video coming on the dart next time we take it to the track, hopefully we've got her dialed in. So yeah, we'll be coming for you.
Dakota, why aren't you participating in this, man? You should be all over this. Yeah, no turbo. I don't know why I was thinking. I don't know. Maybe it was something else on his channel or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a cool car. Mustang that's got a turbo in it.
Yeah, they are bringing a turbo. Okay, that's something like that's what I was thinking. I was thinking they were.
Later unfinished.
Yeah, man. Hey, we're at the hour mark. We're just hanging out. I mean, I don't want to tie you guys up. Our goal was to go live, get these guys over 1,000. Thanks to you guys, we did that in just a few minutes, and we're just chilling. But we're an hour in. I'll go ahead and wrap this up so we can all get to bed at a decent time. And you guys got anything that you're working on you want to plug or anything like that?
Actually, not at this point.
Yeah, we kind of, like I said, work's been killing us. Like I said, we got the Hemi going in the 66B body coming up. If we can ever get parts, we kind of, like I said, the parts things kind of killed us on that one. And then plus just track days with the Dart. We're going to try to start getting to the track a little bit more, get a little more live action going. So stay tuned for that. It's kind of weird. I never thought we'd be trying to actually spin the tires on the Dart taking off, but that's where we're at. We got to get some, we got to get some wheel speed up on that thing, man. She just dead hooks right now.
Where are you going to make your test passes?
Orlando Speed World.
Orlando? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this was just an informal live. We said we'd go live. Congratulations to NSB Custom on getting 1,000. They absolutely deserve it, and every other sub they get, they're on. So anyway, Thanks for speaking on. As always, want to thank my mods. Want to thank Joe, Andy, Blake, Fubar, and our newest mod, Buzz, Roadkill Customs. He has an axe now too, so look out. But just thank all of you guys. And I'll also, one real quick thing. This is Wednesday night. Friday, I'm going to have Jason from Country Boy Gas Garage on here. So he's the dude that drove the 48 Ford church bus out of the woods in Oregon. And we would love for him to come to the No Name Nationals. If it can work out, we'd like for him to. We can talk about that on Friday. Hope you guys can make that. And with that, we'll just call it an evening. What do you say?
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate everybody here. Y'all take care. I'll see you.
Yeah, you too.